I remember the sound of the zipper, sharp, metallic, final. He didn't even hesitate, he just packed. As if my 20 years of holding us together could be folded into a suitcase and left at the door. "You're nothing without that job," he spat, eyes cold, already somewhere else. Then my son, my own flesh. His voice cracked as he screamed it. "You're useless now, Mom!" But the words cut cleaner than any blade. I stood in the living room, their shadows leaving me behind, and I didn't cry. Not a single tear. I let silence sit heavy in the air, because I knew something they didn't. 72 hours later, the world shifted. Back then, when I first met Daniel, he had charm to spare. He could walk into a room and make people lean in closer. I was young, ambitious, hungry. He said he loved that fire in me, said I made him want to be better. For years I believed it. Through sleepless nights, bills stacked higher than the counters, through every promotion and sacrifice, I thought we were climbing together. But somewhere along the way, he stopped climbing. He just leaned back and watched me carry the weight. And our son, well, he learned from his father that love was conditional, measured in what I could provide. The fracture. I noticed the change long before they walked out. The way Daniel would flinch when people asked what he did for a living, his resentment sharper every time my paycheck hit the account. My son, repeating his father's words, asking why I was always working. I ignored it, told myself they were just insecure, that love was stronger than pride. But when I told them the company had cut me loose, their true faces surfaced. No hesitation, no support, just contempt. That night, lying in the silence of an empty house, I realized they had never loved me. They loved what I gave them. And that made my next move easier. The shift. Most people break after betrayal. I don't. I calculate. I poured myself a glass of wine and opened my laptop. While they were off somewhere feeling triumphant in their abandonment, I traced every string I had ever woven in that company, every deal I had brokered, every connection I had earned. And then came the email. A merger I had quietly invested in, stock I purchased years ago, forgotten in the noise of life. The acquisition finalized. My account balance shifted like a tidal wave. $1.3 million. In one instant, their words, useless, nothing, turned to dust. I could have celebrated. Instead, I planned. The execution day. 1. I closed every joint account. My money, my control. Their cards declined at restaurants, at gas stations, at hotels. I let them taste scarcity. Day 2, I called the lawyer. Divorce papers drafted, assets frozen. Daniel's name erased from the house deed. Our son, legally an adult, old enough to fend for himself. I owed them nothing. Day 3, I posted a single photo online. Not of the money, never vulgar. Just me, glass of champagne in hand, overlooking the skyline from a penthouse balcony I had just purchased outright. No caption, no explanation, just power, undeniable. The silence lasted about an hour before the calls began. The confrontation. "Baby, it was a mistake." Daniel's voice trembled, more fear than love. "I didn't mean it. I was angry. You know I need you." Need, not love. The word exposed him. Then my son, messages flooding in. Apologies, long paragraphs about regret, about how he didn't know what he was saying. Voice notes where his sobs cracked the air. I let them pile up. Each ding of my phone another reminder of who I had been to them and who I no longer was. Finally, I answered. One call, speakerphone. Both of them on the line, desperate, tripping over each other's words. I waited, silent. Let them scramble. Let them choke on their own panic. Then, calmly, "You showed me who I am to you. Now I'm showing you who you are to me." And I ended the call. The payoff. People think revenge is loud, explosive, screaming in the street, throwing plates against walls. It isn't. Revenge is silence. It's absence. It's the empty space where your love used to live. Now, my days are quiet. My nights are calm. I sip my wine on that balcony, watch the city burn its lights against the dark, and I feel nothing for the two voices begging at my door. They wanted me small, broken, dependent. Instead, I became untouchable. And here's the truth I carry like a blade. They didn't betray me when I lost my job. They betrayed me years before. That day only revealed it. The money was never the victory. The victory was knowing they could never touch me again. So when people ask about my family, I smile. I say I lost them. But really, I freed myself. And freedom, I've learned, is worth more than $1.3 million.